Board of Supervisors regular meeting. Welcome you all here today. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the July 21st, 2015 regular meeting. Approve the minutes, Mr. Chairman. Second. Have a motion and second. Any comments on the minutes? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 2 on the agenda is receive and place on file drainage repairs. We do have one today. Drainage district number 189, branch 15, Lawsville Township, section 18. There's a broken tile line, joined in by Doc Hubbard.
Mr. Chairman, we accept and place on file the drainage repairs. Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments on drainage repairs? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 3 on the agenda is approved hiring and employment of Mariah Hickey, Transport Officer, and Brent Carpenter, Transport Officer, effective July 28, 2015, at the rate of $12 per hour, per recommendation of Steve Halford's Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the hiring officers.
Second. A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 4 on the agenda, approved hiring and employment of Christopher Taylor, part-time correctional officer, effective July 28, 2015, at the rate of $14.79 per hour, per recommendation of Steve Halford's Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I move item 4. Second, Mr. Chairman.
A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 5 on the agenda, approved hiring and employment of Mackenzie Conrad, part-time correctional officer, effective July 31st, 2015, at the rate of $14.79 per hour, recommendation of Steve Halford's Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the hiring of Mackenzie Conrad. I'll second that.
A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 6 on the agenda, approved wage increase of Ben Westergaard, correctional officer, to $15.72 per hour, effective July 20th, 2015, per labor agreement.
Make a motion we approve the wage increase. Second.
A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 7 on the agenda, approved wage increase of Amy Jones, correctional officer, to $16.95 per hour, effective July 13th, 2015, per labor agreement.
Mr. Chairman, I move item 7. Second, Mr. Chairman.
A motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8 on the agenda, set precinct election officials' wages at $12 per hour and election technicians at $16 per hour for fiscal year 2016 budget.
Mr. Chairman, I move item number 8. Second.
A motion and a second. Any comment on that, Carol?
Well, at budget time, we discussed it, that's what you guys had said, and I thought you should officially do it, so that we start using these election workers, we can pay them, because you agreed to.
And we appreciate the election workers working. It's a big day for them. And
It's a long day.
Yep, sometimes it's hard to find people to work, so
They haven't had a raise for a long time.
it's been a
No,
while.
they have.
Yeah. So any comments on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 9 on the agenda, receive and place on file county recorder's report of fees collected for period ending June 30th.
So moved. Second.
A motion is second. Any comment from the report?
I don't have any comments unless anyone has any questions.
No questions. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 10 on the agenda, adopt resolution to update Webster County's medical examiner fees.
Mr. Chairman, I move item 10. Second, Mr. Chairman.
A motion is second. Do you want to talk on that?
This is for transportation costs down to the state medical examiner's office and a return. And this is also for the pickup and delivery services.
Questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 11 on the agenda is Tom Loftus Water to discuss drainage District 96 right-of-way issues. I think Tom called and said he couldn't make it today, so we'll move on to item 12. Appeal hearing notice to abate number DBA 2015-03. Sheila, you have second?
Yep.
scheduled to abate her property. She had appealed to you and asked you to give her time to fix up her property. We gave her that time, and that time is now up. I was at her residence a couple of weeks ago and took some photos of the property. The structure itself, what has been done to the structure is minimal. She had said at that time that she might be selling the property. We did have a big pile of brush that was in the front, and the first piler, that pile of brush now has moved to the backyard. But as you can see from the photos, that's what's completed at this time. I believe at the appeal hearing, you had asked that public health meet with Ms. Wood and examine her structure and go inside and see if there were species, those types of things inside the house. I believe at that time, Ms. Wood told Christine that that was not what all of you had requested.
I re-inspected the exterior of the house, and the only other improvement I saw was, you can see in this picture, the board has been put over the entrance to get into the cellar. Other than that, like Sheila said, the general structure of the house has not changed. There's still holes in the exterior. The general structure is still unsafe.
So what was the recommendation? You guys have a recommendation for us, or?
Well, did you want to speak?
Okay.
Back and roll, Karen.
Yes, you could, state your name.
Okay, from my understanding of the letters that I got and the meeting that we had, I was basically supposed to take care of the brush pile, which all brush pile is gone. It's mowed, everything is taken care of. We had to put a board on the cellar door to cover that up, and we did that. But I also have a person that is buying the property, and the paperwork should be done either the end of this week or the beginning of next week. But in none of the stuff that was there anything ever mentioned about the interior of the house itself, other than the cellar door.
So you're saying you'd like to have a week extension, or?
Well, I do have somebody that's buying it, and the paperwork should be filled out at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. And he has been in the house, he knows what it looks like.
What's his plans?
He was going to fix it and use it for, I don't know what.
I drove by there and there's a for sale sign in the yard, I saw, so like.
Yeah, we put that down on Sunday, because we talked to him on Sunday about it.
Do you have an offer and acceptance already drawn up?
No, that should be done by the end of this week or the beginning of next week.
Who's handling that for you?
My brother-in-law. He's buying it on contract is what it is.
Your brother-in-law?
No, the gentleman that's buying it is buying it on contract. My brother-in-law is helping me with this because I have no idea what to do, so.
Couple points I drove down by there. The brush pile actually is gone, I won't testify to that, but there's quite a junk pile under there, it's burned stuff or whatever. The board over the entranceway covered the main hole, but I think there's still a pretty good hole underneath of it, and the rest of the property looks like it did when I drove by 2 months ago. I would say that it would be my recollection that it was agreed upon that you were going to call public health and allow them to inspect the interior of the property before, so that would be my recollection on that, so just points, but other than that, I don't know, you know. We keep extending.
Yep.
Sheila, do you have a copy of your original notice?
No, I don't
No,
have
I'm
it.
asking Sheila.
Oh,
Yes, I would have that. But that was decided in the meeting, you verbally told her that. But I guess if I could make a point, even if the sale goes through, I think the property owner should know that this is still, this doesn't bring us back to square one. You know, we're timeline to all of you as to when the repairs are going to be done. If that's an acceptable solution, you know, have so much has to be done per month, but that person would have to come to the board and request those actions.
So you're saying, and Ryan maybe is the one to answer this, this action's against the property, not a specific owner, right? So if she sells it tomorrow to somebody else, do we have to start from square one?
If
Or
she sold it to a new owner, you would have to start from square one, my understanding. I'm not completely familiar with the situation, but I believe we have to start from
so if
square
the
one.
property transfers to a new owner, we got to start over, so.
Is the new owner family or is it
No,
a complete stranger?
it's the neighbor. Yeah, the neighbor's father, actually.
Because still, I mean, like Christine had said, we're still dealing with an unsafe structure.
Is the neighbor to the north?
Yeah.
The reason I'd asked about the original notice, Sheila, is that, since I don't have it in front of me, what was identified or what was stated in the original notification? If you could read that to us, I would appreciate it.
When we send out the original notice, we do an inspection report, and it says on there what needs to be removed, and then we send photos of what needs to be corrected.
Okay, I didn't receive any photos, I just received a letter.
What does the letter say?
It was just the brush piles and the overgrowth.
Dangerous building, harbor for vermin, weeds, overgrowth, drowned trees, is the inspection report.
And is this the inspection report you're referring to?
That's the letter from, Nova inspection report.
So you're saying we're gonna have to start all over again with this whole process?
Without looking at it, I would think so, because the new purchasers would have no notice of anything going on with the property.
We've been dealing with this for how long, Sheila? How long has this been going on?
April was when I came in the first time, I think it was. And unfortunately, I had a hospital stay in there for a couple of weeks, so.
I guess I don't see how we can't just proceed with what we need to do now, and if she sells the property in between, then we deal with it then. Again. But if she doesn't, I think we've got to
Yeah, I guess
stay this path.
I think that, it appears that there's been some attempt to be made to comply in a minimalistic way with requirements, but the description of the dilapidated, unsafe house has not been addressed. And that's our whole intent here is, providing for the safety of the community around it. And if we do nothing, then it just is prolonging
thought he was able to get an extension through me to do some work on it after he purchased it. Cause that's what I was under the impression when I was here the last time, cause I had asked about it.
After he purchases it, why would you be giving an extension?
Well, no, I mean, when I talked to you guys last time, I asked about that if I sold it to this person, would he have, you know, an extension to do something with it, and he said, yes, he would, so that's why.
He's somewhat legally gonna have an extension if we gotta start over, but
I don't think we start over, I just say we keep on going the way we are, if he buys it, then we're gonna have to.
yeah,
That's just it. If we continue with what we're doing and you sell it, in the process of it, it starts the process over, so.
but if we don't continue
Yeah.
now, then we just keep extending it, hoping somebody finally buys it or
So
not.
I'm in favor of continuing the process.
And you think you'll have the sale wrapped up and we continue just now?
The paperwork should be done by the end of this week or the first of next week.
So whatever we do today is still gonna work out in your favor, you'll have the opportunity to sell.
I don't think there's no paperwork, it has to be purchased. We're not gonna-
Well, yeah, he's gotta
it's
sign
gotta be
something that
transferred
says he
and
bought
everything.
it, so.
We're not gonna accept a
No,
bill of sale, it's gonna have to be
Well,
bought and paid for and transferred into their name
yeah,
in a week or two, not.
we're continuing the process, so
Yes.
it doesn't matter.
Where are we in the process? Tell me timing now, Sheila. What are we doing today?
Today, if this is her appeal, we're saying it's dangerous, and you're giving her the opportunity to fix it or dismantle a house herself. So either we're gonna take it down, or she's going to fix it, that's where you're at.
How long does she have to do that, or how long till we take it down?
That's up to you.
Or we can set that time?
This is the first I've heard of the situation, I believe, so I'm not up to speed on anything.
I think we continue the way we are, and if she gets it sold, then we're probably bound to start over.
But we can set a
We can
time,
set a
whatever
time.
that
Say
is.
20 days if it's not done.
We've been messing with this for a long time. You sounds like you've already got the process started, and it's gonna take 20 days.
How long do you think, 2 weeks?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't wanna say because I really have no idea.
I mean, does this guy got
Yeah.
cash? Is he gonna pay cash for it? Is he gotta get a loan at the bank? Does it have to be inspected? Does it have to,
Yeah, see, I don't know any of that.
We should use
20 days? I think that'd be fine.
Okay. I would make a motion that, we give you 20 days to have the property sold, if not, we move forward with the condemnation and tearing the property down.
Okay, and if I sell it to him, what do I tell him he has to do then?
Yeah, he has the remainder of the 20 days. He then has to start fixing it up right away.
Okay, then does he have to come before you guys or to send anything to you guys or?
Well, I would appreciate it if you do sell by then, if you could forward me his contact information. But everything that you've got, he would have to receive.
Okay,
Yep. Does that help you out then?
yeah,
Excellent.
I just, like I said, I don't know anything about this, so.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion to give her 20 days to have the property sold, and we're still moving forward, as we're telling. Second.
Merrill, second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion
Okay.
carries.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we do have a public hearing at 10:15, so I'll, public hearing on first consideration of an amendment to zoning ordinance number 046 and zoning map to rezone the following described property from A1 to I1 or I1, the partial land in the northwest corner of the northeast corner, the northeast part of the northeast quarter, to section 29, township 88 north, range 30 west of the 5th PM, Washington County, Iowa. Parentheses, use cooperative, I'll open the public hearing. Sheila, you can talk now.
Good morning. Sorry, second slide.
Next slide.
One before, yep, right there. This is a property on New Co-op, and as you can see where
Good call, Claire.
New Co-op rolled in, excuse me, where the grade bin is and that parcel just down to the right where that's etched in that gray, those areas are already zoned industrial. New Co-op has purchased the property south of this, and that is where they are requesting rezoning. Next slide, please.
Before you get off that real quick, it
Yep.
looked like there were some homes on that parcel.
All of them are gone.
They bought all that?
Yep.
Okay. So there aren't any homes close to this?
No.
Okay.
We have in the past rezoned several parcels for New Co-op and roll-in. Our county land use management plan actually encourages a mix of agricultural and agribusiness. The business that New Co-op has, it supports our farming community in that area. And the Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously voted to recommend approval of this rezoning request to you. That's the next case.
No written
No
comment.
written comments or received? Any public comments, any comments from the board? Comments from the board? Not, I'll close the public hearing and move on to item 14, which is action on first consideration to above described amendment to zoning ordinance number 04. What would be the action to?
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion, we accept the recommendation from the county land use management.
For the Planning and Zoning.
Planning and Zoning.
You're going to make a motion for first consideration. You have option of waiving second and going to final. Where it's no comments, no controversy.
I will include waiving the second reading.
You have any problem with that, Sheila? Waiting for this, you don't think?
No problem at all.
Okay. Good, Mark, sorry.
No, that's fine, I'll make a motion that we include waiving the second reading.
Come on, then.
And that's a
Set the
roll
date
call.
for the third, or?
It's going to be driven, we can set it, but we need 15 days on the final. So, we can get that in. How about the 18th?
Sounds great.
18th it is.
Now, second Mark's motion.
Motion second, any other comments?
That's a roll call.
Roll call vote. Hubbard? Aye.
Campbell, aye.
Hinkle, aye.
Fletcher, aye.
Seniors, absent. Okay, we do have a public hearing at 10:30. I think we can go to citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda. You can hear from the citizens part. We got 5 minutes for the board of supervisors committee reports.
I have nothing, sorry.
We have a hardcore parade this weekend, encourage everybody to come out, and a barbecue smoke. Yes, I think Jim's gonna be judging again. Maybe not. I'll have all sorts of rides and events at the park, so we're to come down and support it, it's a great time, a lot of good food, good music.
Again, I'd like to thank Randy and the sheriff and everybody that helped us rank right. Lots of good comments on that. The roads were repaired. Nobody didn't sound like we had any problem in place. The department didn't have any incidents. Everybody went to work hard on it, so I'd like to thank everybody for that. That's two reports, so I guess we can allow claims. Motion to allow claims.
Second.
Motion second on the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We'll recess till 10:30. Amendment to zoning ordinance number 2046, in zoning map to rezone the following described property from ME to A2, lot 4, Peterson subdivision. Partial of land being part of the SE southeast quarter, and northeast quarter, to section 12, township 88 north, range 29 west, up at 5 p.m., Webster County, Iowa, and also of lot 4 of Peterson subdivision in the northwest quarter of section 7, township 88 north, range 28 west, up at 5 p.m., Webster County, Iowa.
The two parcels that are highlighted there are owned by Lynette Grady. All of the purple to the north of that road is all zoned mineral extraction. She owns 30 acres in there, and she has requested that her property be rezoned to an A2 and taken out of the mineral extraction district. Where this parcel is, there is a house on each two, only one more house would be allowed in this district because of our density requirements. She could have asked for residential, a more dense residential growth area. She did not ask for that.
Real quick, Sheila, fly that for me. There's no house on that 30 acres now.
No,
So on the 30 acres, she could only build one house.
correct.
Okay.
Unless she could
Yeah,
come back and
yeah.
request a different zoning,
Yeah.
and then she'd have to go through subdivision, those types of things.
But right now, all we're approving is the most good the use could be is just one house on that 30
Correct.
acres.
So everybody knows where this is at. This is 520 right here. Des Moines River would be in your north. Frontier Sports Park would be right over there.
Another point too, just Sheila already mentioned it, but Eric gave me the letter. It does appear that the mining companies have no desire to pursue anything on this land in the future.
Yes, and in the land use management plan, it does say one of the goals is once it's mined, use those areas for residential.
Do we have any written objections?
We have no written, we had several people at the meeting that were against the rezoning. I took the gist of that as they didn't want anyone else in their neighborhood. You know, they wanted it to be preserved the way it was. They were worried about maybe someone moving in a mobile home, something along those lines, but we have no evidence to show that
So the maximum that could move in is one house,
right now, yes.
30 acres.
And the zoning commission said,
They recommended approval. They sympathize with the public, but ultimately they felt it fair if you owned that 30 acres, it wouldn't be fair to you, if the gypsum lines don't want it, that you could not build a home there.
Okay.
any comments from the public?
You lost by the public.
Now I'll close the public hearing and move on to item 16, which is action on first consideration to above described amendment to zoning ordinance number 046.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve the first consideration to accept and change the zoning from mineral extraction to A2.
Yes, A two, and if Eric has no objections, I would say you probably should not waive the second because the amount of people that were at that hearing, maybe they didn't notice, if they call me up, they're still probably going to want to hear.
All right, then when's the next hearing that we would
The
set?
next hearing then would be next Tuesday. Second consideration follows the first,
Like, at 7.
without any further notice. Final will take another notice.
I'll set the second consideration for next Tuesday.
Motion is second.
I'll second. One quick question on so Sheila, you're saying we're looking at this piece right here and this piece right here, correct?
Yes.
And everything behind that is still gonna be mineral extraction?
No?
Yes.
Everything around it and everything, so it's just those two parcels there because you have an active mine there. Oh, okay. That's all I have. I wanted to clarify that myself.
So we have a second part motion. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Oh, roll call on that. yeah.
Leffler, aye.
Campbell, aye.
Dinkle, aye.
Fletcher, aye.
Yes, we'll recess till 10:45.
You guys planned on taking too long.
Zoning map to allow building on less than 2 acres upon review and favorable recommendation from the planning and zoning commission. Sheila?
You guys had tabled the annual review last time, and you had sent this portion back to the planning and zoning commission, and you had asked them for a way that if somebody has a property that's less than 2 acres, can we work out something where that could possibly be built on, if there is already a structure there. So the planning and zoning commission met, and their recommendation would be to change it to the Commission must review all cases that are less than 2 acres. So that way, if we do have those few little parcels that are out there, it can come to them and they can review it. There was a big discussion of septic systems and how they can make them different now, to where maybe it could be less than the 2 acres. So anyway, that's what they are recommending.
Is there any
No written comments.
Any comments from the public? Hearing nothing from the public, I'll close the public hearing and move on to 18, action on first consideration to above described amendment to zoning ordinance number 46.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we accept the consideration of the Planning and Zoning Committee for zoning ordinance number 46.
Is there any recommendation? You want to waive the second, or you want to hold the second?
Do you have anybody really show up for this? I would recommend we waive the second reading then also.
Only people that wanted it.
Okay.
I'll second that.
And you want to set the 18th as well?
Maybe that's Sunday, that'd be great.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any other comments?
Well, I think basically, I mean, we've created an appeal process, which is what I think my main objective was, because I think we do have some questionable properties out there.
Well, I think we need to thank the Planning and Zoning Commission, Sheila, for taking the time to look at this and address the issue. So,
I think we addressed the issue, and I think me and everybody's going to be happier. So roll call vote.
Campbell, aye.
Equal aye.
Fletcher, aye.
Carries. We're going to recess till 11 o'clock, so we're drainage district number 5.